Hi Yogi, welcome to Yoga with Alina, and today we're going to flow through a 60-minute Yin style practice. This one is focused on the lower body, and we're going to get into some really yummy stretches, so get ready. If you want, grab as many props as you might need to make yourself feel comfortable. Bolsters, blocks, blankets, all that. I'm personally using only 2 blocks, so if that's all you have, that's all you can use. All good. Make sure you get ready before you start, and I'll see you on the mat in just a few moments. Alright guys, we're going to start this practice in child's pose, and as always you want to make yourself feel as comfortable as possible. You can put your props underneath your forehead, underneath your chest. You can put a blanket over yourself. And once you find your space on the mat, once you find your pose, just allow yourself to be there. Even before you start bringing awareness, just be. And allow this to be enough. And then when you feel ready, you can start noticing the sensations, the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts, whatever is coming up for you today. And then notice the breath. And start deepening that. If Ujjayi breath is within your practice, then use that to activate it. This is your time to do it. The air is going to start traveling up and down the back of the throat. And if not, or not today, then just deep inhales and matching exhales are going to do the trick. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, the awareness in this practice is the key. As long as you're aware, I'm happy. And building up that awareness, I want you to set up an intention for the practice. Why are you here? What is it that's going to keep you here the entire practice? What brought you here? Very personal question. You don't have to stress about it too much. You can always modify, you can always change it. But right now, what is it that's going to keep you on the mat, that's going to pull you back every time your mind wanders? And then once you've done that, for the last couple of breaths of this pose, I want you to work on softening your body, making it as heavy on the ground as possible, letting go, relaxing. The breath is nice and smooth, wherever it is. With your next inhale, very slowly, you're going to start walking the hands back up. Roll up your spine vertebra by vertebra. Your head is going to come up the last. And once you get to the top, circle out your head or neck. Direction doesn't really matter. You can go fast, slow, you can stop at a certain point, or you can keep going. And then reverse that, going to the other side. Good, and we're going to find stillness, bring the knees together, tuck the toes under, sit back on your heels. This is going to be our next pose, probably one of the toughest poses in this practice, just a little disclaimer for you, but also so important. Taking care of our feet, of the arches of the feet, of the toes, they carry us around the entire day. And once you start getting into the pose, again, try to relax. Do not fight it, do not try to push it, pull it. Let the pose take over. And kind of disconnect from the whole thing and observe the experience. Just become an observer in this practice. If at any point you feel too overwhelmed by the sensations of the posture, grab a prop and you can place it between the heels and the hips. That's going to ease it off a little bit, but make sure the toes are staying tucked under the entire time. I really want you to experience this one. Disconnect from any judgments. There's no right, no wrong, no bad, no good. Allow this experience to be what it is. Not what you think it should be, not what you perceive it to be or others tell you it should be. Be in the moment, be present. Keeping the breath going, keeping the breath traveling up and down your body. Take a mental body scan. And notice if there's any tension that has traveled or is traveling. And I'm not just talking about the toes or the feet or even the legs. Maybe you're tensing up your jaw right now. Maybe it's your fingers, maybe it's your neck, maybe it's your shoulders. And knowing that in this practice, every inhale is there to create space for you and exhales are there to let go. Maybe you're already ready to let go of something that doesn't serve you anymore. In and out. Visualize that breath. We're just here for a couple of more breaths. Nothing crazy. Just being, just feeling. Their next inhale, very slowly start leaning forward, getting out of this pose. Getting out of it is harder than getting in. I can promise you that much. And you can tap on the tops of the feet. Good news is that you won't see that pose until the next time you practice, but not in this one, not anymore. When you feel ready, the tops of the feet are staying down. You're going to roll the heels in towards one another and sit back on your heels, making sure that the heels are not rolling out. They will try to, but you really want to get into your shins, into your ankles, and for that, the heels are staying in. And if that's enough, you're staying here. If you need more, you're going to bring a prop underneath your knees and just elevate the knees to create bigger space for you. And once you've found your pose, again, find stillness. Let the gravity do the job for you. Let the weight of your body do the work for you. You're just being. Coming back to being a human being, however that sounds, not a human doing. And as we get deeper into this practice, my voice is not going to be entertaining you as much, so you'll have way more time in silence and stillness, just being with yourself. So now when these moments are not as long as they will be soon, I want you to start noticing the comfort, the discomfort, and become acquainted with that. Don't try to change, don't try to correct anything, because nothing is wrong. Just become familiar with the feelings, sensations, emotions, thoughts. Become their friends, or make them your friends. How does it feel? The breath staying nice and smooth for more than halfway through the pose, which means just a few deep breaths left. Knowing that, can you enjoy this a little bit more? Can you find peace and quiet and love within this pose alone? And then very slowly, if you're using a prop underneath your knees, you're going to lower the knees back down to the floor. We're going to lean forward and circle out the ankles. Take your time with it, no rush. You can circle one way and then the other, reversing the direction. And when you feel ready, find your tabletop and go through a couple of cat-cows at your own pace with your breath. You can even move side to side. Really doesn't matter what you do here. Just articulate your spine. Get the movement in. We spend the majority of the practice in stillness, so definitely move around. And we're finding stillness, bringing the shoulders over the wrist. And from there, step the right foot outside the right hand. We're coming into lizard lunge. Keep the hands in line with the right foot and then send the left knee back. Now if that's enough, you're staying here. If you need, you can bring a block underneath your hands to elevate this for yourself a little bit more. And then if you want, you can drop down on the forearms. Again, maybe first on the block, just to kind of get an idea, set it up for yourself, and make sure that you're staying in alignment here. The elbows are in line with the front heel, or the back edge of the block is in line with the front heel. And then maybe you're using other props underneath your forehead as well. Comfort is what we're trying to find in these poses. And yes, I know it sounds ridiculous holding them because they are pretty uncomfortable. But how can you find comfort within that? A lot of things that we're experiencing in this practice translate directly into our everyday life. The challenges, the situations that we face, a lot of them are uncomfortable. And this pose is uncomfortable physically. What we face during the day is mostly emotional or mental, but the essence is the same. How do we respond to that? And can we even learn to respond rather than react? Use your breath, use your mind, be here. You wanting to get out but still focusing on the breath is exactly what creates that pattern for you to use later in life of not reacting but responding mindfully, cautiously. We're in the final minute of this pose. Knowing that maybe there's something that you can let go of here as well. Something you weren't ready to let go of before. But now you are. Maybe not yet, and that's okay as well. Just being, just feeling, because nothing is wrong, nothing is right. We're gonna inhale ourselves back up onto our hands. If you're down on the forearms like I was, no sudden movements, guys. We're gonna start bringing the legs together. Slide your left knee in. You're gonna have to go pretty far in. And then you're gonna start sliding the right foot in as well. You're sitting back on your left heel and you're gonna bring the right foot somewhere in the middle of the left shin. So the heel is super close to your glute. And then you're gonna lean forward and just relax the body over the right thigh, letting the weight of the body do the job for you. With this pose, we're getting into the right calf muscle, into the right ankle. And if you already feel it, great, amazing, stay there. If you're not feeling it, then slide the left knee a little bit further forward and see if that works for you. And then make sure that you get to the point where that right heel is almost lifting off the ground. It's gonna you're gonna use the weight of your body to keep pushing it back, and then the weight of the upper body to keep pushing it up. You're creating the stretch for yourself without even doing anything. That is the beauty of this practice. This is the beauty of these poses. And then if at any point that you feel that you might still not feeling enough of this, know that it is totally okay if you wiggled around and you're like, Alina, I still don't really, why don't feel it? Then stay where you are. Sometimes we need to stay a little bit longer to start feeling the stretch. And there are days when I barely feel this one. For example, right now I feel it so much. It depends on the day as well. Take your time, find the pose, and wherever you end up, be there. Stay in here for just a couple of more breaths. How much more can you let go? How much more can you relax? Now with your next inhale, you're going to lift the chest up. And we're going to straighten the right leg all the way out in front of us. It's going to feel really good. You can shake it out. And then slide your hips in. The left heel is going out. We're getting right into our quad stretch. If this is physically too unbearable, you're going to sit on the block. If sitting on the floor is good, then stay here. And only if you need more, by sitting on the floor that is, right? If you're sitting on the floor and you need more, then you can start leaning back or laying down on the ground. I'm gonna lay down for this one. I love quad stretches, they're very comfortable for me. But with that being said, for every single body it is different. Props are there for you to help you. Make sure the left knee stays right next to the right. It stays down on the floor. And once you've found your variation that you can hold for the next few minutes, stay there. Close your eyes. Feel. Do not hide from the sensations. Do not run away from the emotions. Be here. You're laying back like I'm doing, or leaning back. You're gonna lift yourself back up. And we're meeting and seated. And if you're sitting on the block, lower yourself down on the floor. That means that you're sliding the left knee out. That's okay, because we're all getting there. We're gonna slide the left knee out. And we're gonna bend the right leg. We're getting into a pose that's called 90-90. So work on creating two 90-degree angles with your legs. And once you're there, hands are coming in front of the right shin, and you're relaxing the body here. Good. Maybe hug your right foot around with your left arm. As always, any props are welcome. Any variations with your arms are welcome. As long as you're feeling that right hip, the right outer glutes, the right outer thigh. I'm super happy about that. Check in with yourself, the body, the breath, the mind, the intention. What is happening? Notice the changes, things that stay the same. Can you find the beauty in every change? And can you find the beauty in stillness? Whether you like it, whether you're not like it, that part doesn't matter right now. Acknowledgement, awareness is what we're working on. And if this pose feels good and you want to stay here longer, you can. If you feel like moving into your pigeon, then with me, you're going to lift the chest up a little bit. Slide your right foot down. Straighten the left leg all the way back behind you, and then slide the right knee out a little bit more, opening the hip deeper. Very, very deep hip opener, this one, to adjust it for yourself. And when you feel ready, make your body very heavy on the mat, on the ground. If you want any props under the chest, under the forehead, go for it. If you're not sure, try it out. Why not? You always get to change your mind here. Every inhale is there to create a bit more space for you. And the exhales are there to get you a tiny bit deeper. Knowing that, what are you going to do? We only have here about 3 more very, very deep breaths. Good, and from this one, start walking the hands back up. You're gonna step the right foot back behind you, coming back into tabletop. Actually, past the tabletop and straighten the right leg back. That should feel really good. You're getting the blood flow back in. Good. And when you feel ready, we're meeting back in the tabletop. And adjust your tabletop. You can do a couple of cat-cows here as well. Guess what? This is how we'll go to the other side. So when you feel ready, find stillness, and the left foot is going to come outside the left hand, coming into your lizard lunge. Hands are in line with the front heel, and when you feel comfortable, start sending the right knee back behind you. You already know this practice, so you know to pace yourself. If you want to use the block, use the block. If you want to use any other props, go for it. If you're dropping down on the forearms, the elbows are staying in line with your front heel. That's the only alignment pointer that I really have for you, because otherwise you'll get out of the pose and not get everything that I want you to get out of it. Again, the experience is really yours. You decide. But I hope I got you excited enough for this stretch for you to want to stay in alignment here. If you want to bring anything underneath the forehead or underneath your forearms or underneath your hands, always welcome to. We're just being, we're just feeling. Remember about the breath. Notice the movement of the breath and notice how consistent and constant it is, especially when you're staying in stillness. It's not easy, I know, but let this be your challenge today. If you're down on the floor like I am, you're going to lift yourself back on your hands. And absolutely no sudden movement. Start sliding the right knee in a little closer, actually a lot closer. And then you're going to slide the left foot in. Sit back on the right heel, comfortably as possible, and then bring your left foot somewhere to the middle of the right shin. You're going to use the weight of your body to get into that left calf, into that left ankle. And I like to hug the block around in front of me as well. If it's something that speaks to you, go for it. If not, you don't have to worry about it. And if you're not feeling this one, slide the right knee further forward. And wiggle around. The left heel should be almost off the floor. But then you're not letting that happen. It takes time to find the pose. But once you do, let yourself be in it. And if you feel like it's not as intense as other poses, it's okay. Don't try to push for the intense sensations. Again, let this practice be what it is. Embrace it for what it is. Inhale, lift you out of it. And we're going to slide the left leg all the way straight. That's going to feel so good right now. And then bring your butt, bring your hips inside the right heel. And you're going to sit into your quad stretch. If you want to sit on the block, sit on the block. If floor is enough, stay on the floor. If you need more, then you're leaning back and you're going to maybe just lean back or maybe lay down on the ground. You do whatever you need to do, whatever your body is asking you for today. This is the second side, so you probably already know where you're going to go with it. Trying to match the sides. If it's impossible, that's okay as well. Wherever you are, try to keep that alignment with that right knee touching the left and the right knee staying down on the floor. The moment you notice yourself getting out of alignment, you know you went too far. You don't need it. Honor your body. Be there for yourself. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing here. Just a few more breaths left in this pose. And that maybe you can relax a little bit more here. Maybe you can let go a bit more. We're going to start lifting ourselves back up if you're laying down or leaning back. And if you're sitting on the block, slide yourself off the block. If that means that the right knee goes out, that's okay. Let the right knee slide out right now. And then bend your left leg. We're arriving into two 90-degree angles. 90-90 pose. Walk the hands in front of your left shin. And then again, you already know you can use any props. You can just lay down. We're getting into the left outer glute, left outer thigh, the left hip, all the good stuff. Beautiful restorative pose. Very gentle stretch, really. It doesn't have to be too intense. And if you need even less today, maybe walk the hands over to the left more. That's going to ease it off. Just about two more very, very deep breaths. The inhales are there to get more space. Exhales are getting you a bit deeper, doing this breath check-in with yourself. And if you're feeling like staying in this pose a little longer, you can. If you're feeling like going into pigeon with me, we're transitioning together. Lift the chest up. And then slide your left foot down, making sure you're protecting your knee in the process. Right leg goes all the way back behind you. And you're gonna slide your left knee out, coming into your pigeon pose. As always, any props are welcome if you wanna use them. Letting go. Forehead can come down on any kind of surface. So can the chest. This side can be very different from the previous side, and that's okay as well. just a little reminder, right? We want the balance, but if it doesn't happen, don't push it too far. We're getting to know ourselves through the practice, our bodies, our minds, our patterns. What is it that you have learned so far today? Keep observing. How's the intention? Has it modified? Has it changed? And if it did, that's okay. If not, it's okay as well. I think you get the idea by now. As long as you're aware, you're doing the practice, you're doing the job. We have one more breath here. Now with your next inhale, you're going to lift yourself up and then slide the left leg all the way back. We're coming back into that tabletop of the sword, straightening the left leg all the way back behind us, getting the blood flow back in. That should feel really good right now. Good, and then come back to center. You're going to adjust yourself into the tabletop with the hips on top of your knees. And for this next pose, the hips are going to stay in line with the knees. And I like to bring one knee outside the mat. If the floor is too hard, use a blanket or something like this, maybe a towel for it. And you're going to start sliding the knee out. We're getting into frog pose. So again, make sure that you have some space there. Then you can drop down on the forearms. As always, something underneath your chest, underneath your sternum, your forehead is always welcome. You can just be there. Good. Make sure that the hips are not going forward. They're not going too far back. You're keeping everything aligned. You're just feeling, balancing out those hips, because we've done a lot for the hips today, mostly for the outer parts, but this is just to balance everything out. If you have anything underneath your body, you're going to remove that. And to transition, have fun with it. You're just going to slide yourself forward. You're literally going to dive forward and then slide the legs back in. Okay, take a few moments here. Not an easy transition. When you feel ready, roll on your back. And we're going to meet on the back. Once you roll there, you'll end up being somewhere in the middle of the mat. At least that was the intention. We're going to grab the prop, lift the hips up, and place the block or maybe a bolster or any other prop you're using underneath the tailbone and straighten the legs towards the back corners of the mat. We're creating a very restorative posture for ourselves, opening the hip flexors, letting the body become heavy here for this supported back bend. Close your eyes. Just be here. If you're absolutely loving this pose and you feel like staying here a little bit longer, you can. It's a beautiful posture. But if you feel like that's been enough for you in this practice and you're ready to go into your final pose, lift the hips up, remove the prop from underneath your body, lower the hips all the way down to the floor, and straighten the legs up towards the back corners of the mat for your final shavasana, final posture of the practice. I really encourage you to stay here for the next 5 to 7 minutes to take in everything you just did. And thank you so much for practicing with me today, Yogi. I hope you enjoyed it. From my heart to yours, I say namaste. Thank you.